Hello everybody and welcome to Whiteboard Wednesdays with Vanna. Today we're talking about the DGX pod, and we're going to be specifically looking at the DGX pod with Vast Universal Storage Platform. Now what NVIDIA does when they design a pod, it's really a subset of the SuperPod architecture, which can scale out to hundreds of thousands of GPUs and DGXs, right? The pod is a slightly smaller version of this and perfectly positioned for enterprises to adopt a turnkey solution. So what they do is they, as NVIDIA, partner with various storage providers. This is including the pure one. We actually spoke about it in one of our previous episodes, the Airy, Vast, which is also a product that we provide as Data Sciences Corporation. They work with IBM, with EMC, and all of the other well-known storage providers. The ones that we as Data Sciences focus on is obviously the pure FlashBlade one, which is a brilliant product, and also the Vast one, which is what we're going to be discussing today. So the Vast storage platform is actually quite unique and quite different from any of the other guys out there. What they do in Vast is they create a disaggregated architecture for storage, right? So what they do is they split the actual compute component from the disk or the flash component, right? And they put a piece of networking in between this. So they've got what's called C nodes or compute nodes, and then they've got D nodes, which stands for data nodes. Now these can scale out independently, so we don't have to scale our performance with our capacity. We can scale these out individually, and they are interconnected through a very high speed data interconnect. This is using a technology which is called NVMe over Rocky, which is NVMe over Fabrics basically. And we basically use this as the storage backend for the actual DGX SuperPod. What the SuperPod then does is we bring in some Mellanox switching, which interconnects through either InfiniBand or through compute. It really connects into the actual fabric of the Vast superstructure over here, right? And then we connect it up to our DGXs at the top here. Probably up to about 4 of them, maybe even more, depending on what our switching architecture allows us to have over here, right? So what this then does is it allows a compute cluster of DGXs to be able to talk to each other, and for all of the GPUs to be able to see one another within the DGXs over here. This will be our A100s, right? This will be our network switching over here, and allows all of this to speak to the underlying storage, which is really, really fast flash-based storage that can grow into petabytes of scale, which has got a linear growth pattern as well. So we can really scale this out in terms of our storage requirements, our network requirements, and also then our DGX compute requirements. One of the things which Vast has, which at this point in time is unique to them, is they have what's called GPU Direct. Let's make sure I stay in my lines here, but it's GPU Direct. And really what this means is that the actual storage protocol that is read off of the Vast system, once that data is read, it is bypassing the CPU and the system memory in the DGX, and it goes straight to the GPU Direct. Not very clever in how they name this type of stuff, but I guess it tells us exactly what it does. So what does that do? Well, there's less data bounce within the actual system, right? It means that the data is transferring directly to each one. Now, remember, there's 8 GPUs in here, okay? And there is a network card per GPU. That network card is then plugged into the port over here in the network switch, which then plugs into the storage, which means that once the storage is read and it's placed onto the wire, it is a one-to-one relationship almost straight into the GPU's memory and the GPU processor. It completely bypasses the CPU, and there's zero overhead when it comes to that. What that allows organizations to do, or scientists to do, is that they can actually manipulate their searching data and their data structuring right on the GPU, because it actually reads it so quickly into the GPU's memory, instead of actually having to do some of the searching and some of the changing on the actual storage backend and then reading it into the GPU. And that is something very, very powerful. So the DGX pod, this one specifically with VAST, is roughly based on this architecture. We'll probably in the future do a separate video just on the VAST technology, as we'll do with the Pure one. Those are the two primary technologies that we support within the NVIDIA estate when it comes to providing storage and networking and compute to our organizations. So that's the DGX pod that we've highlighted today. Thank you very much for joining us for another Whiteboard Wednesdays with Werner, and we hope to see you again soon.
As we reshape the world we know, we're unlocking a new frontier full of data-driven innovation and the ever-expanding promise of AI. VAST and NVIDIA have joined forces to deliver proven, replicable, and validated AI solutions that every enterprise can benefit from. As more organizations institutionalize AI, new challenges will emerge. And with the amount of digital data growing, more and more iterations will be required to yield better trained models. Cost and inflexible infrastructure will severely limit what companies can do with AI in the public cloud. VAST and NVIDIA take the guesswork out of AI infrastructure and maximize predictable performance for AI, machine learning, and deep learning workloads. By combining VAST's universal storage and NVIDIA's DGX A100 system, you can invest with confidence and save up to 50% on the AI cloud you own. VAST and NVIDIA have assembled best-of-breed resellers and hosting partners who can provide you with an array of turnkey options for both on-premises or hosted solutions. Your pioneering work should never be stalled by legacy infrastructure or limited by the weight of costly and complex solutions. It's time to unlock the power of all your data and all of your ideas to change the world. It's time to embrace the future.
Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Whiteboard Wednesdays with Werner. Please don't forget to like, share, and follow our LinkedIn page for more content. See you guys next time.